Hello there all, my name is Kate and welcome to this channel. Today we're talking about Switzerland, the land of milk, mountains, chocolate and money. Loads of money. Today we're going to learn about 10 shocking facts about Switzerland. Some of them are truly, unquestionably, and not even unarguably shocking, so stay tuned for that. After a short intro into the country, we're going to move to the facts themselves. So Switzerland is a comparatively small country in Western Europe. However, the size never stopped it from being the coolest, the richest, the strongest, and the greatest country of all, arguably. Switzerland, a country of many languages and many names. Official names of Switzerland are Schweiz, Swiss, Svizzera, Svizzera, and Schwyz. And plus the official name of Switzerland, Confederatio Helvetica. Switzerland is a confederation of even smaller states, which are 26 cantons. Known for its neutrality, Switzerland has been neutral since 1815. It took roughly 600 years for the world to learn the hard lesson that you never, ever, never want to mess with the Swiss. About that later. There are 4 official languages in Switzerland: German, French, Italian, and Romansh. So it has it all. Hardworking Germans who keep it running, sophisticated French who enjoy life, fashionable Italians who dress up, and simply really cool Romansh who no one ever remembers. In 1291, people of Uri, Schwyz, and Unterwalden wanted to be free. I mean, who doesn't? They signed a contract to work together, and that called Eternal Alliance, and they meant it. Normally, in history, eternal or anything of that nature means in the next few hundred years. In this case, it actually was eternal. In 1315, Eternal Alliance showed they meant business. They fought the Habsburgs in many battles, winning them all. Long story short, world figured that Swiss are great fighters, hence it's better not to mess with them. Now we're finally moving to the top 10 shocking facts about Switzerland. Fact number 1, not just any democracy, but a direct democracy is used in Switzerland. It's the most democratic of all democracies out there. Though ancient Greeks are credited with the concept of democracy, rightfully so, thank you Greeks, after the founding of Swiss Confederation in 1291, Swiss put the principles of direct democracy into action. At the time, mind you, when monarchies ruled elsewhere, pretty much everywhere across Europe and beyond. Direct democracy basically means that people make most of the major decisions by themselves. These principles are strong to this day. The popular initiatives and referendums are still integral part of political life in Switzerland and an object of eternal fascination and occasional envy from abroad. Fact number 2, a shocking one indeed. Switzerland is ready to blow. Literally. All major entry points to Switzerland, be it tunnels, bridges, roads, you name it, are wired to explode. The very first sign of foreign invasion. Around 3,000 bridges, roads, and railway lines around Swiss border are ready to blow at a moment's notice. Told ya, don't mess with Swiss. It may seem paranoid, but seriously, being surrounded by fairly temperamental countries in the history of the 20th century, you can't blame Swiss for being prepared. And that's not even all. In case of nuclear apocalypse, probably the best place to be is Switzerland. Swiss have enough nuclear shelters to accommodate the entire Swiss population. Next fact is a sad one. I'm not even going to try to make it amusing because it isn't. Fact number 3, assisted suicide is legal in Switzerland, and there is such an unprecedented thing as suicide tourism. According to Swiss law, anyone who is in a sound mind and for a certain period of time has consistently voiced a desire to end their life can call for assisted voluntary death, AVD. This led to the influx of people, so-called suicide tourists, who come to Switzerland with the sole purpose of ending their lives. And there's even a price associated with it. It's over 10,000 Swiss francs. That would be the total cost. And now back to life. Fact number 4, impressive Swiss stats. The longest, the highest, the biggest, the baddest staff of Switzerland. Switzerland is home to the world's longest staircase. The staircase has over 11,000 steps with a height of 1,669 meters, which makes it the longest in the world. It's not open to the public. You can't really climb it, at least not anytime you want, but you can sweat by looking at it, or you can even join a public run that is organized here once a year. Europe's highest railway station is also here, on top of Jungfraujoch at 3,454 meters. And finally, the longest passenger train is also here, comprising of 100 carriages of total length of almost 2,000 meters that travels in southeast Switzerland on Saturdays. Fact number 5, the fun one. Swiss know how to live. Swiss may come across as awfully serious bunch of watchmakers, bankers, dairy farmers, but Swiss know a thing or two about the good time. Swiss drink a lot of wine, and I mean a lot. They love the stuff. They're the 4th in the world for annual wine consumption, producing about 1 million hectoliters of wine per year and drinking it pretty much themselves. They export a tiny, I would even say negligible percent abroad, so if you want to try the good stuff, the Swiss stuff, you'd better come here. All of that accompanied by over 700 varieties of cheese that is produced in Switzerland, from mild to mature to soft to extra hard. There's something to tickle every palate. Swiss eat over 11 kilograms of chocolate per year, making them the leading consumer of chocolate in the world. Did you know that until 19th century, chocolate was sold in pharmacies as medicine? People found it revitalizing and stimulating. I'm with them. And finally, want to buy a souvenir from Switzerland, thinking of a chocolate? Want to go for something extraordinary? Swiss got you covered. The most expensive chocolate in the world can be purchased in Switzerland, and it goes at over 600 Swiss franc per piece. And fact number 6, Swiss gifts to the world, which are plentiful. In 2018, Switzerland ranked 1st for the 8 consecutive years, the most innovative country in the world according to the Global Innovative Index. Yes, there is such a thing. Switzerland is also a Nobel Prize machine. Country has produced 28 Nobel laureates. Swiss also gave us LSD, muesli, computer mouse, aluminum foil, to just name a few. Swiss Army knives. This versatile tool orbits the Earth. It is loved throughout the world, especially by NASA. NASA sends them into the space because they find it an indispensable tool, even in the space. And surprisingly enough, Velcro, the inventor George de Mestral, came up with the idea while hunting in Jura Mountains in Switzerland sometime in 1940s. He was inspired by those tiny seeds that get hooked to everything from shoes to dog's fur to beyond. That's what inspired him to create Velcro. Enjoy new muesli that came from Switzerland too. And finally, Swiss gave the world the trips. LSD was first made by Swiss chemist Albert Hofmann, who took his own trip in 1943 while conducting the tests for migraine cures. I'm pretty sure that migraine at least did go away. LSD was first synthesized earlier in 1938 when Albert accidentally ingested an unknown quantity of the chemical. And he was like, okay, this stuff works. Do you believe this? Do you believe scientists? They're like truly interesting bunch. Artificial sweetener, for example, was discovered when a researcher licked his hand and realized that they were sweet. And I'm like, are most of the discoveries made that way? They walk around the lab licking, trying, ingesting stuff indiscriminately, and then they're realizing, okay, this stuff works or it doesn't. It seems like being scientists is a dangerous work. Fact number 7, Swiss live longer. Much, much longer. Is it the wine that's the secret of long lives in Switzerland? Or cheese? Or wine and cheese? A combination of wine and cheese and chocolate? Remember it was sold in the drugstores? I don't know. But Switzerland has the second highest life expectancy of all countries in the world, second only to Japan, with average lifespan of 83. Switzerland also has the oldest population in Europe, with the highest number of people aged over 100. There are several theories trying to discover the secret of Swiss longevity, including active lifestyle, clean air, excellent healthcare system, and the stunning landscape. Suggest your own theories. Do you know why Swiss live longer? Fact number 8, also known as a top secret. The Swiss nature is photoshopped. Seriously, when you look at it, it looks photoshopped. No matter how many times I look at it, I always feel it's photoshopped. It's photoshopped. I don't know how they do it. They do it really well, but it is photoshopped. Don't believe me? Come to see for yourself. Switzerland is home to amazing landscapes. I don't think any other country can boast such ratio of beauty to kilometers. There's a lot of beauty with very, very little traveling that is required to see it. It's home to over 7,000 pristine lakes and hundreds of mountains. It is stunning. Switzerland, when it comes to nature, it's so beautiful that you can't believe it. It doesn't feel real. It is photoshopped. Fact number 9, do not mess with Swiss. You probably have heard that Switzerland was neutral during the World War II, but actually its neutrality goes way back. Centuries after continental conflicts, European powers sort of decided that it's best to keep Switzerland out of it and keep it as a neutral buffer. Swiss fighters were so good that those who had Swiss fighters in their army would be the winning army. So eventually Europe was actually using Swiss mercenaries in their fights. For the most of its history, Switzerland was not actively participating in the European wars. It was providing the soldiers because they were that good. Fact number 10. All is relative, but this one isn't. Although German by birth, Albert Einstein, while living in Swiss capital Bern, developed world-famous equation E equals mc squared. In fact, the physicist spent many years living in Switzerland, at one point in time being a lecturer in the nearby University of Bern. There's even a small museum in the place where Albert Einstein used to live in Bern. And that would be all that I wanted to share with you today about magnificent Switzerland. Thank you so much for joining. It was a pleasure to share with you these facts. I hope you found them interesting. Let me know what you found particularly interesting. Maybe you know something that I didn't mention and I would love to learn. Again, thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to put the like and hopefully see you soon.